Welcome back to Savior of the Second Friends. I'm Coach Hardgains. That's the name of my coaching platform. I am frequently asked what my favorite gun is. Obviously, that's a question that everybody asks a gun guy. Somebody finds out you're a gun guy and they say, oh, well, what's your favorite gun? But I'm sure just like me, all of you start the list and think, oh, well, this is my favorite gun in this category. Well, this is my favorite gun in another category. Oh, well, this is my favorite gun in this caliber. And, well, then we have 30 favorite guns. And there's nothing wrong with that. We can have lots of favorite guns. There doesn't have to be just one. There's so many flavors to choose from. Just as I've got 6 kids, I wouldn't pick one to be my favorite. I've got lots of firearms. It wouldn't be fair or even right for me to just pick one favorite. So today I'm just going to go over some of my favorite firearms. And in the end, I'm going to tell you my one favorite all-time firearm. That no matter what, no matter its issues, no matter its whining and failures and temper, I still love it. Every time I take it out. And it's most definitely not something that you're thinking of. So stick around to the end. But for starters, when I'm asked what my favorite pistol or handgun is, I've got 2 favorites that come to mind. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you already know that the first one is definitely one of my Ruger LCP-1 specials or customs, otherwise known as a Davidson custom. These are just perfection in the hand for me. Yes, it's a micro, but it's still perfect in my hand. These fire like a bigger gun. They fire really well. Everything about them, as long as you've gotten the special or the custom with the upgraded sights and the upgraded anodized skeletonized trigger. Again, this is a Davidson custom. I've got a few of these and they all fire beautifully, but this is the first one I ever got. I love this firearm so much. Every time I take it to the range, we have such a good time. Never getting rid of these. In fact, I'm continuing to try to add to that specific collection. But second is definitely one of my 43Xs. These have been awesome. I've really loved and enjoyed shooting the Glock 43X. Everything about it just fits perfectly for me. It's the right size, it's got good capacity, it's got a great grip length, and this one has a ZEV trigger installed, which has been really a joy to shoot. Love these ZEV triggers. This one's using Shield Arms mags, but my other main 43X is a stock setup. Stock trigger, stock mags, and it's been flawless. So I'm not touching that. Then in the way of home defense, there's a big reason why I've chosen the Freedom Ordinance FX9 for my main home defense gun. This is the perfect setup for home defense in my opinion. Pistol chambered carbines, carabiners, I know we hear it all. The Freedom Ordinance FX9 with a 4-inch barrel is beautiful. This thing shoots so well, it's a joy to shoot. I've got a true glow on it. With red and green, and that does help depending on daytime, nighttime. And then I've got a Streamlight TLR4 laser light combo. It takes Glock magazines. I've got a ton of 30 rounders. You can get a drum for it and go buck wild. These things are phenomenal in my opinion. This is perfect for me, but there's tons of PCC options for you. Then of course I've got my favorite AR, my favorite AK. Sadly I've sold off my favorite AK with a milled receiver and it just shot so smoothly. I'm on the hunt for one of those again to repurchase that. It's near impossible to find now. One of those guns that I feel like I really regret getting rid of. And then next, one of my all-time favorite firearms to shoot, to have fun with, to just toy around with, is this Henry Mare's Leg. This is chambered in 357 Magnum 38 Special. We've got a Picatinny rail set up top, but it is just so fun to shoot. It makes you feel like a true cowboy. But I love this thing. Now, I wanted to make this a quick video, just to get through some of these firearms. So now let me tell you what one of my all-time favorite firearms is. This is something that every time I take it out, it gives me problems. It's got so many issues, I really need to get it to a gunsmith and have them really get inside and update a lot of the internals. But it's a Chiappa 1887 12 gauge lever action clone. In fact, it does give me so many issues that I get really frustrated with it every time I take it out. But that frustration does not last very long. It is so much fun to shoot. The internals are so worn out. The extractor pins are both offset, wobbly. Granted, I could try to take everything apart and do it myself, but I don't feel like that would do it justice. I definitely want to take it to the right person. But if you enjoy shooting 12 gauge, if you enjoy shooting shotguns, This is something that I've got to tell you to get your hands on. Every time I load this thing and pull the trigger, it brings a smile on my face. This is a gun that I'm not getting rid of. This is a gun that will get handed down to my kids. This is something that I searched long and hard for a very long time. Finally found this one, and I've had it for years, and we fired so many rounds out of it, and it's just so enjoyable to shoot. And I gotta tell you, there's really nothing that makes you feel like a cowboy more than a 12 gauge lever action that's blowing your shoulder off. Hence why I do have the rubber butt pad on here. This is the Decelerator slip-on by Packmeyer, and it's one of the ones that I actually like the most. I've never had it shift. It's on there really good, and it adds a lot of comfort. It makes shooting it a lot more manageable, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna blow off your shoulder after you've put about 50 rounds through it. So that's it, friends. That's a little list of some of my favorite firearms and my all-time favorite. But then again, my Ruger LCP Davidson Customs are definitely some of my all-time favorites. These are just so much fun. And the fact that it fits in my hand so perfectly, well, then there's the 43X, of course, and that's just like, to me, Glock's best model ever. So there's some guns for you. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.